Where is the real estate market heading right now? Well, to be honest with you, I have no clue if you're in a different city or state, but I do know where it's heading here in Phoenix, Arizona. So with that being said, we're gonna get into this video right away, and I'm just gonna bring you the facts on where I see the real estate market heading here in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, if you're new to the channel, you know right away that I have not been preaching that the market was going to crash. Sorry, that the market was going to crash. I have been preaching the entire, I think, 2 to 3 years on my YouTube channel that this market was not going to crash. And I back it up with data, okay? I don't go to Zillow, Realtor.com, copy other YouTube channels and YouTube channels and artists out there and talk about the market crash. What I do is I bring the statistics and the facts on our local market. So with that being said, let's just deep right into this so I can kind of explain where I think the real estate market is heading right now and into the future. So I'm gonna put my little magic hat on and try to give you advice on what's going to happen here with the real estate market. So with that being said, let's just deep right into this, okay? So when I actually shoot these videos, I compare March of last year to March of this year. Now, this data is actually provided from people who are a lot smarter than me, from the Crawford Report, and this is locally here in Phoenix, Arizona. So with that being said, let's just dive right into this, okay? No more fluff. Let's just go right into this. So we're comparing March of 2020 to March of 2021. So what you're going to get here is you're going to get active listings for sale. Now, of course, this number is a lot lower right now when I made this presentation, which was yesterday. So today, we don't have that many listings for sale. I'm going to go over listings under contract, monthly medium sales price. Prices have increased dramatically here in Phoenix, Arizona. We don't see it slowing down at all. Months of supply, yeah, we measure months of supply on when inventory would run out at the rate of homes that are selling in our markets. And of course, some bonus features like I always bring it to you, just like we do on this channel. Now, if you have not done so, please hit that subscribe button and that bell to get notified once we drop the latest video. I mean, look at this. We're just bringing some home buyer content, home seller content, the Phoenix real estate market, so you can be mindful when you're thinking about buying, selling, and investing in some real estate. I am a local real estate agent here in Arizona and across the valley. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, just hit me up below on the comments and I can help you out. Now, let's get into some numbers here, okay? Active listings for sale. Now, I did this presentation yesterday, so I'm pretty sure the numbers are below, okay? I'm pretty sure the numbers are a little bit less than what they are right now. So 4,761 homes for sale. Those are active homes for sale right now in Maricopa County and Pinal County, okay? Homes under contract, 12,309. That is up almost 0.5%. Now, if you look at the active listings for sale right there at the top left above my head, it's 4,076, so we're negative 57.1%, okay? Let me get a drink of water real quick, like I got this cotton mouth because I've been up for a while. So, if you see active listings for sale, these are homes that you can actually buy right now, and there is not much, okay? I'm just being brutally honest. If you're trying to buy a house right now, it is difficult. If you're a first-time home buyer, it is difficult. If you're an FHA buyer, it's difficult. If you're a VA buyer, it is difficult. If you're a conventional buyer, it is difficult. You have to have some money in the bank to compete with these offers, okay? Median sales price is up 17.8% to $350,000. Now, at $350,000, you're thinking I could get a really nice house. Well, the matter of fact is the old 250, where you can buy a really good house as a first-time home buyer. Your new price point, I can tell you right now, is $400,000. Okay, so it's kind of like the old Jay-Z song, right? It's like the Jay-Z song, right? 40 is the new 30. Well, now now 400 is the new 250, if you get it straight. Okay, 400 is the new 250. So back in the day, you were a first-time home buyer, you can get a magnificent home for $250,000. That is not happening right now. $400,000 is your pretty much base price right now, and you need to come in and go all in on that price range. Now, yes, you can still find some homes or way across the valley, right? Like in Buckeye, in some parts in Phoenix, and going East Valley, like to Santan. But if you're trying to be close to the city, it's gonna take you a higher price point to get in. And I'm just bringing you the facts and the truth. Total monthly sales, 8,713. That is up 4.3%, folks. And sales just keep on closing. Now, you may think, well, that's a lot of sales, but it's really actually not a lot of sales, because not even home builders can pull that many permits, and to construct a house right now, it is getting very difficult, and I'm going to bring some of those points in later. Listing success rate, 92%. Of course, you're going to have a 92% list rate because the market is on fire, right? So if you put a house on the market, it's going to sell quickly, and we know that that's what's happening right now. Is people are just putting on their house on the market at a decent price point, or even higher than the comps, and then it's just getting bidded like crazy. One of the biggest things here, months of supply. So this is kind of one that I watch a lot, not only with active listings, but months of supply, but 0.5 months. So what that means that if at the current rate of homes that are selling, if it continues like this, we will sell out of all the inventory here in Maricopa and Pinal County in half a month. Okay, so think about this. 0 to 3 months is a seller's market. 3 to about 6 is kind of like a neutral market. And then anything above the 6 months is almost a buyer's market. Okay, so right now we are a hot seller's market. It is not going to change, and I don't see it changing anytime soon at all. So we are in a seller's market. Now let's get into some seller bonuses. Look, we see no signs of a housing crash. Okay, back in 2008, we saw the signs of the housing crash. Some of us did. I didn't see it. A lot of people didn't see it. If they said they saw it, well, they must be very, very smart. They must be in the lending industry, et cetera, like that. But being that said, is we don't have the no income, no ninja loans, right? No income, no job verification, and no credit. Okay, we don't have that. So we have people who actually purchase property with great credit scores, putting good money down payment with 30-year fixed rates. We don't have the balloon, we don't have the ARM loans. So we're not seeing that type of crash. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's not gonna be mortgage related or real estate related, if you know what I mean. Number 2, supply is up, is 77% below normal, and demand is 17% above normal. So we have a huge supply problem with a high demand. Okay, we got people coming in from California, from Portland, Oregon, from New York City, from Chicago, and then you got the local people trying to purchase a house here. And it's just, we are one of the top 3 states in the United States where people are moving. And that's backed up between Texas and Florida. So go figures. Arizona is a hot spot. People are moving here, even if it's hot in the summer. Okay. Number 3, homes for sale are receiving 15, 25, and 40 offers. Home buyers, if you are in the price range between $250 and $350, you are going to be fighting like mad to get your offer accepted. Okay, we're seeing roughly around 25 offers per property. When you get into the 400,000s to the 600,000s, you're still seeing 10 to 15 offers there as well, depending on the location and the price. You're just seeing multiple offers on each property because everybody's trying to buy a house right now. And it's not that, let me try to explain something, is rates were so low, I think it just brought out a bunch of buyers. Okay, it just said, hey, rates are in the 2s and the 3s, it's time to buy a house. Prices are going up, let's just go and try to buy a house. And yes, it caused a lack of inventory as well, but I think the interest rates is what provoked it and said, hey, interest rates are low, let's get in right now. Okay, so that goes into point number 4 right there. Mortgage rates rose to 3%. Now that is expensive. Let me explain something to you. If we get on a discovery call and you want to buy a house and you say, well, 3.25% is pretty expensive. I'm going to just keep it real with you. Like, well, if you think 3.25% is expensive, what do you think about 6.27%? Because that's the interest rate when I bought my first house, was 6.27%. And I do have a feeling that rates are going to increase and it's going to slow down demand, and so supply can rise. When it's going to happen, I don't know. Okay, there's a lot of more people smarter than me, But I think that's going to be one of the biggest factors is when interest rates do rise, it's going to increase supply, and it's going to kind of help the market, the real estate industry. Now, rates are still low. It's still a great time to buy a house. You're just going to have to compete. So that's what I see in the future in the real estate market, is that interest rates are going to actually help the real estate market when they increase. Okay, supply is going to increase, demand will decrease because rates are going to get higher. So we're going to see that, I don't know when, but that's kind of where I'm thinking what's going to happen here in the future. Seller bonuses, number 5. 60% of housing is still affordable here in Arizona. And this goes into number 6, is San Francisco and LA can only afford 9 to 11% of housing. Now, if you're in the $70,000 range of income, you can afford roughly about 60% of the housing here in Arizona. While in LA and San Francisco, you're maxed out. You're priced out on the market. You're never going to buy a house there. Okay? If you see what's going on in San Francisco, New York City, New Jersey, Chicago, New York, it's just crazy. I have Joe. What's up, Joe? You're getting him pre-qualified. He found me on YouTube, and he's from New Jersey. He said, man, the market is just crazy out here. I got to get out of here. I can't even afford a house anymore. Okay? I have somebody from New York City who said the same thing. He's like, I'm never going to own a house. California, I'm never going to own a house here. They're getting priced out of the market and now with the penny that came in, right, where people can work from home, they are moving here to Phoenix, Arizona. So you have a lot of competition if you're local and if you're coming in from out of state as well. So number 7, some sellers are greed-driven. Some are not. When a seller puts a house on the market, they are trying to get the most money they can to move to another house or move to another market where it's out of state, etc. But some sellers are not that greedy. Okay, if your real estate agent is telling you to do something, I'll give you some hints. A letter, a picture, a video, so we can send it to the seller, and the seller to the listing agent, and the listing agent making the listing agent present that to the seller. Some sellers feel it, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to make some good money here, so I'm not going to be greedy. But then you have those other sellers that will say, like, hey, let's bid this sucker all the way up, and let's see how much money I can put in my bank account. Because why? Because it's my product. You want to buy it. I want the money. So think about that, okay? Just something to think about. If you're out there buying a house and you're not writing letters, you're not doing a video, okay, and you're not putting that in your offer where the selling agent presents it to the seller, and your real estate agent's not doing that for you, then you're missing an opportunity. Now, a bunch of realtors that are going to be like, you can't do that. That's against the law. You know what? We do that here in Arizona. You do what you want to do in your business, so we'll do what we want to do in our business, and we'll just part ways like that. Okay. Number 8, home prices will continue to rise in 2021. It's a great year for sellers. I've been saying that Calizona's here. Calizona's here. And the reason why I say that is I see the market, okay, copying California. Now, what I mean by that is we're not there yet as far as price range, but we are going to be there as far as copying California market, meaning California takes off, and then it's going to dip around 8, I would say around 5 to maybe 11.6%. Then California goes up again, okay, then it dips down and it continues to do that. I see Arizona doing that once we get to that situation where we top off. So that's why I call it Welcome to Calizona, because we are going to start mimicking California, but we just don't have the water. So let's get into some buyer bonuses. Now, if you're a home buyer, it is tough out there. Okay, I have some clients out there trying to buy a house. It is difficult. I am not going to shit you. You know, this show is all about telling the truth. So with only 4,761 homes for sale, being a home buyer is tough. If you're FHA or using down payment assistance, it is difficult, okay? If you're trying to go new construction, one of the builders here has halted all building, okay? They cannot get any plywood due to the panty and due to supply, the supply chain management, okay? They're out of materials. They actually reached out to my client, 2 to 3 of my clients and said, hey, if you want your earnest money back, we will give it back to you to cancel the contract if you don't want to wait, because we're going to be behind maybe about 1 to 6 months in building your home. Now, we have locked them into a purchase price, and then they came back in the bottom of the email said, but just remember you already have about 60,000 worth of equity. So as a buyer, if you're going to go new construction, make sure you get all the details of the building materials, and if there's a delay. There's a lot of builders that are having delays right now just because of plywood, because of work, okay, because of contractors. So you gotta plan it strategically, because when you sell your house for top dollar, you're probably gonna have to go move to an apartment. Finding an apartment right now is kind of difficult as well, okay? So make sure you talk it out with your agent. Call me if you have any questions. Let's map this out on the whiteboard like we do, and then we'll get you going. 2, is it a good time to buy a house? Yes. Is it hard as hell? Hell yeah, it's hard, okay? You go to a house, okay, and you stand in line to go look at the home, and then you gotta write the offer. You're gonna be competing, okay, depending on the price point. So you just gotta be patient, okay? If there's open houses, a lot of people are putting on open houses, they're doing a 72-hour sale, and even new construction is doing bidding wars now, just do highest and best, okay, for a piece of dirt, for a lot. So it is everywhere. Okay, builders are making out like crazy because they know the markets, they know they can continue to increase the price, and they know people are going to pay. And it's going to continue to go like this too as well. So just think about exactly where you're at, where you want to fit in, and what you want to do. Number 3, 44% of sales have closed over asking price. If you come to me and say like, hey, I just want to write list price, we're wasting our time. Okay, do you want to just write offers, or do you really want the house? Is the question I'm going to ask you. Because if you're looking at just writing list price on properties, you're not going to get it. If you're asking for seller concessions, it's not saying it's possible, it's just tough. You're asking for a refrigerator, washer, and dryer, you think you're going to get it? Probably not. If you're asking for home warranty, you're going to get beat out. Okay? If you're in a down payment assistance situation, it's going to be tough. Okay? I feel bad for my family, for my friend Jake, found me on YouTube, and his family. We were at 22 offers, and he said, dude, you know what? I'm never going to get into a house. I'm just going to wait till I save up some more money and go conventional, because we're using a FHA program and we're getting beat out by conventional offers. It's just difficult right now, especially in the location they were looking at. We're looking at Surprise and Gilbert, and I respect that. I said, hey man, I'm not pressuring you to do it, but we already know the situation. We know how the market is, and yeah, I think you should go back. He signed another year lease, and then he's going to come back to the market. So Jake, I'm hoping you come back next year and we work something out, man, and try to figure out and try. Hopefully by that time there'll be more supply. We can get you into a house. Number 4, 250 to 400,000 are selling 52% over list price. So if you're in the price range between 200 and 400,000, everything's going over list price. Okay, so 52% of those price and those homes in those price ranges are going over list price. So just think about that when you're out there house hunting and you're gonna write the offer and you're thinking about, well, should I go over list price? The answer is yes. Okay, don't even think about it, just do it. How much is gonna depend on how much money you have in your account and what limit you can do. Okay, let's go to number 5. 400,000 above are selling over list price as well. Everything's over list price, folks. That's what it is. Look at this, number 6, 800,000, 42% have sold over list price on number 6. So even at the 800,000 price range of a house, they are selling over list price. There's competition everywhere. People are moving from everywhere just to Phoenix, Arizona. Number 7. So here's the comparison I did on the seller side is 72,000. If you earn 72,300 in income, you can afford 60% of the housing. The problem is that we don't have any houses. That's the problem, that we don't have any homes, and it's freaking crazy. It's you would think, like, the market crash put a lot of realtors out of business, but would you think that lack of supply would put a lot of realtors out of business? Who would have known, right? I mean, it's tough right here. If you're a beginning agent, I understand you're tough. And if you're a home buyer, it's tough. If you're a home seller, it's easy on the sell side, but you have to become a buyer. So make sure you have that all planned out. Number 8, a normal market is 30,000 homes for sale, folks. And we only have about maybe 4,000 to 6,000. Okay, so if I've been preaching this for a long time. If you think the market's going to crash here in Arizona, this is Arizona specifically, Phoenix, Arizona, it is not going to crash, because for us to get to 30,000 listings just here in the valley, it is crazy. Foreclosures, tough. Okay, that's not going to happen. Short sales, I've seen 2 on MLS that my clients want to put in offers in, and I said, hey, you can't put it in here. It's outbidded, it's cash offer. you know, just we got to go find something else. Okay, so just think about that. So 30,000 listings is a normal market here in Phoenix. And let me see here. We were at like 4,600. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, so let's go to number 9 for buyers. FHA down payment assistance buyers are getting outbid. Okay, so let me give you guys a hint. If you're using FHA and down payment assistance, you have to go with a real estate agent who has connections. Let me repeat that. If you're using FHA or down payment assistance, you have to go with an agent who has relationships with other agents who can go to bat for you on the other side. That's all I got to say. Number 10, shortage of homes, the best time to buy if you can. Yes, the market's going to continue to rise. If you can get in, I suggest you get in now. There's no sales pitch. I'm an investor. I just call it the way it is. We bought another rental property last year, okay? And if I'm still buying a property at a good price and I can get in, I would get in again, okay? So that's just coming from an investing side of me, and I'm just telling you and giving you the truth. Phoenix will continue to rise in 2021. And again, welcome to Calazona. You got to get in quick before it gets too late. Now, I know we don't have that ocean, but we got a lot of desert, and we got a lot of lakes. We got Flagstaff. We got Payson. Okay, we got stuff to do indoors. We got swimming pools out here too. We just don't have the water. But you could drive back to California. San Diego, it's only 4.5 hours. Go back to Cali if you want to put your feet in the sand and get in the ocean. That's how they do it. So, I mean, my suggestion is if you can get in while you can, get in. And if you're thinking about selling your house, I'm just going to tell you this. We were looking to sell our house, okay? In order to sell our house to go get what we wanted was an acre of land. We were looking in Peoria, in Gilbert, okay? And somewhere close to the city. We found an acre of land that we really liked in Peoria. So I did the cost analysis of buying the acre, selling our house, buying the acre, the cost per construction, because it's this increase, because of the PANI, the cost of materials, okay? My mortgage, my monthly nut of what that would be, and I told my wife, like, hey, it doesn't make sense because we're gonna have to sell some of these investment properties. So I did the cost analysis, like, hey, we sell everything, we can build what we want and be debt free, but we don't have any retirement, we don't have no investment properties. And then I said, okay, that doesn't make any financial sense right now. The market is still crazy, it's still going up. Our rental portfolio is providing income, and why would I want to sell the most greatest asset known to land in our market right now and have nothing just to go build a house and be mortgage free? Just doesn't make financial sense. So I said, hey, okay, we're not going to do that then. Let's build a pool in the backyard. And that's what we did. We built the pool. Okay, so I really do think strategically, not only for myself, but for you when you're working with me. Because I've told many clients, like, hey, don't sell your house, man. Do not sell your house, okay? I say, if you sell your house right now, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna be mad at me. I don't want that bad Google review. I don't want that bad comment on my YouTube channel. No. I said, if you want to sell your house, you can go hire somebody else. But I'm telling you strategically, the math proves that you should not sell your house. I tell buyers the same way. Hey, man, you're just not you guys are just not a fit to buy a house right now, okay? We're never going to get a house, okay? We can go look at 100 homes you're not going to get under contract just because of the financing that you have right now. I know I'm committed to you to write the offers, but I just can't go driving to go show you homes all the time because I know that you're not going to get the contract accepted. I have to wait for a house that pops up that I have a connection with, okay, connection, maybe a gift. I can give you a gift, some keys, and then we can go look at the house. But that's just who I am. That's what the channel is about. So that is what's going on with the real estate market. Where I see it heading, I know it's not going to crash. I've been preaching this for a long time. You can go back to the old videos. And that's pretty much what's going on here in Phoenix, Arizona. If you're somewhere else, I would love to hear below where you're at and how's your real estate market. If you're coming in from California, Chicago, or New York City, just get my information below. Let's talk. You can come to my office. We can do a whiteboard out, see what you want to do, see if you want to go new construction or you want to do resale. But I definitely do think that interest rates are going to play a big effect here in the real estate markets to kind of slow it down. When is that going to happen? I don't know, but we just had an interest rate hike and they were up at 3%, which is not expensive, folks. It is not expensive at all. But I can tell you is if you don't get in now, it's going to be tough later. It's going to be tough later. New construction, make sure you go and you ask the builders with your agent, like, how are you guys doing with materials, especially plywood? Okay, some builders have halted. Okay, there's a lot of contractors who, you got to think about this, is material cost goes up, contractor cost goes up, labor goes up, prices have to go up. You, the consumer, have to pay for that. Okay, because the builder's not going to take a loss. They're in it for a profit. They are not a non-profit organization. They are a profit organization. But you got to make sure the timetable is good, because it's already going to be 9 months to a year to build a house. Do you want to wait a year and a half? Because think about this. You can't lock your loan. You can't lock that interest rate. So think about that. A year and a half to lock your interest rate. Where can rates go? I'm not saying they're going to go any higher, but if they do, that's going to price your payment out a little bit higher. So you got to put that into your budget. Okay? There's a lot of stuff. You see, there's a lot of stuff that you got to, we map out here, you know, at the Phoenix Real Estate Connect here on this channel. When you work with us, is we go through all the scenarios, okay? And I put them on the whiteboard and I said, where do you want to go? Okay, it's time to make a decision. Where do you want to go? Okay, I'll support you whichever way you want to go, but I can't make the decision for you. You have to make the decision for yourself. So with that being said, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Once again, I am Victor Huerta, local real estate agent here in Phoenix, Arizona. If you have not done so, click that subscribe button, as we are bringing nothing but first-time home buyer content, home seller content, the Phoenix real estate market updates, so you can be mindful when you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in some real estate, folks. And we will see you guys on the next live video.
This is where they go for the real estate info. I'm here to lead and help you succeed. One thing that you'll learn about me is I'm on a mission. To get the knowledge to the world when making decisions in buying and selling real estate.
Victor Huerta.
Remember my name.